Lindisberg and tried to imagine it, but she just couldn't believe what it would take to host Saturday Night Live. She knows now. Cher didn't think twice.
Defending champion Betsy King, Jan Stevenson, and a field of golfing greats tee off at the Nabisco Dinah Shore, Saturday on NBC.
Coming up next on the Wave 3 News Nightcast, firefighters are called back to the scene of today's chlorine leak in Louisville. And tomorrow's college basketball stars take the floor tonight at Freedom Hall. I'm Jackie Hayes.
And I'm Don Schroeder. Some new jobs are heading Louisville's way. We'll have that story next on Wave 3 News Nightcast.
Oh, well, you're just in time. I was on my way over to Minit Mart, going to have a little snack, some of their fresh hot coffee. Now I'm hungry. I'm going to have one of their Minit Mart deli sandwiches and a cold drink. Sound good, son? Get in the truck. I can't wait. We're food, fuel, and fun, open night and day. We're Minit Mart, just a country mile away. Oh, I got me one of these Minit Monster deli sandwiches here so I could feed it to you, son.
I'm not one to go after the inexpensive things in life, but this fast 99-cent breakfast sandwich from Burger King is a real bargain. Fresh eggs, bacon, ham, or sausage, cheese on a hearty bagel or a flaky croissant. That's French. The 99-cent breakfast at Burger King, just like I do it, if I did such things.
We do it like you do it when we do it like we do it at Burger King. Amazing grace.
These are the sounds of Kentucky, the sounds of its people, of pure rushing waters, of the world's natural wonders, and the thunder of galloping thoroughbreds. They're the sounds you'll hear nowhere else in the world because they are pure Kentucky. For vacation information, call our toll-free number today.
My old Kentucky home.
Wave 3, Louisville. Now, Don Schroeder, Jackie Hayes, John Belsky's weather, and Bob Dominy's sports. This is Wave 3 News Nightcast.
Tonight, fire trucks return to the site of today's chlorine leak at 41st and Algonquin in Louisville. Their mission tonight is to drain the chlorine from the leaking railway tank car and bring to an end a dangerous situation. Good evening. For nearly 3 hours today, a neighborhood in the southwest part of the city looked like a battle zone.
That battle zone was caused by a cloud of chlorine gas which forced hundreds of people from their homes and kept the Louisville Fire Department busy into the evening. Ken Marshall has our story from the West End.
It was early afternoon when the fire department arrived. A valve on top of a railroad car had busted. The railroad car was carrying chlorine gas. Water hoses kept the gas from spreading, but a deadly cloud had already escaped from the tank.
The weather is helping us a great deal. There isn't a high wind, and also the weather and the rain is keeping the cloud close to the ground.
The tank was being cleaned at Mobile Tank Car Services. A manager at the plant was injured after breathing the gas, and 4 firefighters were also sent to the hospital.
They don't appear to be serious, but it's something that needs to be evaluated and watched for over a period of hours.
This isn't the first time the Mobile Tank Car Company has been in a situation like this.
There's only one other incident that's happened like that. There have been a couple incidents over in the rail yard, which I think were reported to our property, but they really were not our situation.
After the leak was stopped, the danger wasn't over. The tank still had gas in it. The car was going to be taken out of town, but with chlorine still on board, federal officials and the health department said it'd have to stay here for a while. The fire department began draining the rest of the gas this evening. After all the gas is gone, they'll try to find out just why the valve on this car broke. In the West End, Ken Marshall, Wave 3 News.
The 4 firemen and 1 employee taken to the hospital were treated and released.
Now, this cloud of chlorine gas kept some people from their homes this evening. At the Fair Lodge Nursing Home, patients were evacuated without a hitch. Police and EMS called in TARC buses to help move the people out to a safe distance. And the Cane Run Elementary School was used as an evacuation center for several hours. Nearly 200 students were kept here until the danger passed.
In other news, in Radcliffe, Kentucky tonight, the search continues for the parents of a newborn baby girl. The 7-pound infant is in good condition tonight at the Ireland Army Hospital in Fort Knox. Early this morning, she was found in a paper sack by this woman on the steps of a church in Radcliffe. Investigators say they have an idea the baby may belong to someone in the military, but so far, nobody has come forward to claim little April Doe. Stolen dogs in Bedford, Indiana last month pointed investigators at medical researchers, but the path was a dead end. Today, doctors at U of L who use animals in experiments wanted to set the record straight and give the public a rare look at their research. Bob Hansen reports.
These are the dogs of medical research. These are the rabbits, the pigs, and the rats. This is a little boy with a transplanted heart. Possible because of medical experiments on animals like these.
But because the animals were there to work on, our son is alive.
On the third floor of this U of L medical building, a doctor operates on a pig. He's studying the effects of shock on the lungs. When the operation is over, the pig will be destroyed.
People who do research with animals have pets at home, too. I mean, you know, we have the same feeling and concern for these animals that anybody else would.
Today, researchers at U of L stress that animal experiments are humane and necessary. There has been a lot of criticism lately about animal research, but doctors, like these practicing on rats, say their work here trains them to work on people.
What you would be doing when you went to replant say a severed digit or something along that line.
Researchers at U of L say they want to be more open about their animal experiments, trying to meet criticism with results. At the U of L Medical School, Bob Hansen, Wave 3 News.
The U of L Medical School takes care of about 1,300 animals at one time. All of those will eventually be used for medical experiments.
Last night we told you about a law that would drop Indiana's speed limit to 55 for large trucks. There was a question if it conflicted with federal laws. The federal government says there's no conflict. So Monday, truck drivers beware. Your new speed limit will be 55 miles an hour in Indiana. Attorney General Edwin Meese has a clean record tonight. The special prosecutor says there is insufficient evidence to indict Meese. After fighting a daily dose of calls to resign, the Attorney General welcomed this news.
I would certainly urge that there be no rush to judgment, but I am gratified by the statement that has been issued today.
Special Prosecutor James McKay said he found no evidence to charge the Attorney General of criminal wrongdoing, but his work will not be completed until the end of April. The main question settled today was Meese's involvement with Iraq's plan for an oil pipeline to the Red Sea. His friend, Robert Wallach, had sent Meese a memo hinting at payments to Israel for a promise not to attack that pipeline.
Some new jobs will apparently be opening up soon here in Louisville. The key lies with the University of Louisville's Shelby campus. That story when we come back.
Tonight's news is brought to you by Bob Smith Chevrolet. For great deals on the best selection of 88 Chevy trucks, Bob Smith's the one.
A lot of dealers talk about their spectacular sales, but at Bob Smith, you can count on everyday low prices. A new Beretta starts at just $89.88. At everyday low prices, they're going fast. Save hundreds on full-size pickups. A new Corsica for as low as $87.95.
Hey, Dad, look at this.
No, Eric. Oh, don't be fooled by so-called sales. Check out Bob Smith for the best selection before they're all gone. For everyday low prices, Bob Smith's
The one.
Look at this sweet deal from Baskins Robbins. An old-fashioned ice cream float for only $1.31. Get your 30 wonderfully sweet deal today.
At Kroger, we have beautiful, fresh flowers, and everybody loves flowers. So we sell an awful lot of them. Pink ones, yellow ones, blue ones, in bunches, or even in baskets. In a pot, or maybe not. Flowers you can't pass up. Or you'd love to pass along for great days or not so great. People just love our flowers, because when it comes to flowers, people come to Kroger, America's largest florist.
She stood in this line right here.
Since Mary Janelle Johnson won $250,000 instantly playing the game Monopoly at McDonald's last year, everyone's been trying to follow in her footsteps.
She ordered a McDLT.
McDLT, please.
Oh, I want to...
And this year, there's more to win. Over $50 million in cash and prizes, like $2 million, or one of 500 1988 Cutlass Supremes, and more.
What color was she wearing?
Yes.
Play the game Monopoly at McDonald's.
I won!
Tonight's Business First report is brought to you by Cellular One. When you're the best, word travels.
It is all but certain that U of L's Shelby campus will be the new home of the National Academy of Corrections. The federally funded academy trains thousands of corrections officials every year at its temporary home in Boulder, Colorado. In his Business First report, John Bowman explains why the project is seen as a boon to economic development.
A federal site selection committee has picked about 16 acres of this Shelby campus site for the Academy's future home. Attorney General Ed Meese is expected to okay the site in the next few weeks.
I have every confidence, since we are now the #1 recommendation, that will be very important to him.
U of L will lease the site to Uncle Sam for $1 a year. But school officials say the university's already strong reputation as a law enforcement training ground also swayed the selection committee.
So bringing in the Correctional Academy sort of adds the third dimension to those fields. And we are now, I think it's fair to say, the center of the universe in education and training in criminal justice.
U of L's president says the project will not affect long-term plans to develop other parts of Shelby campus.
We had, in our preliminary thinking, had reserved approximately 60 acres in the middle of this tract indefinitely to be used for academic purposes. I think that's exactly what this is.
More than 70 cities had sought the academy and its 50 full-time jobs. And the city hopes 3,000 to 5,000 trainees coming here each year will help convince airlines to add service at Standiford Field. I'm John Bowman for Business First and Wave 3 News.
Swain says the academy will be built by a private developer who will lease the building to the Justice Department. That means no school or tax dollars will be used for construction.
Louisville's only indoor ice skating rink won't be torn down, at least not until its owner meets with Louisville's mayor, and that'll happen sometime next week. Skating supporters have worried that there might not be a place to skate next winter, but the operator of the Gardner Lane rink says things suddenly are looking up.
How quickly can a new rink be built starting now?
That, I really don't know. The city seems to think it could be done by next October, but there's a lot of things that are involved in an ice rink that take a little bit of time. So, but hopefully there will be something done before next year. It might be not in October, but maybe sometime before the winter's out.
Earlier this week, local skaters rallied to try and save their sport. That helped prompt a City Hall decision to go ahead with plans for a new rink at the Louisville Zoo. And today the mayor said he has more good news for local skaters.
We've had a major financial angel come forward who wants to be a part of a major fundraising approach with maybe the creation of a foundation, much like the one that runs the Crescent Hill Pool or much like the one that runs the Museum of Science and History.
One way or another, Sunday will likely be the final day for skaters to enjoy the ice at the Gardner Lane skating rink.
On Sunday, we're going to see an increase in postal rates. The price of a first-class stamp jumps from 22 to 25 cents at midnight Saturday. Other classes of mail are also affected. Postal employees are gearing up to handle the last-minute rush of customers trying to save money and mail before the deadline. As long as your mail gets into a mailbox before Monday's collection, you'll still take advantage of those lower rates.
Mail that is postmarked on Monday.